Here with head coach Chris Robertson on the eve here of WPI football, and coach, an exciting new era ahead of us.
Absolutely. This is the first year of New Mac football officially, and it is a tremendous conference. You combine some of the highest and world-class engineering universities in the country, some of the best military academies in the country, an elite Catholic institution. It's a great combination of great schools from across the Northeast. So we're excited to be part of it.
And some rivalries right off the bat. Let's talk about our Liberty League opponents that have come with us as Springfield and Merchant Marine. Always good football games with those two.
Yep, we certainly have a pretty good understanding of what we're getting with Springfield College and the Merchant Marine Academy. So I think that's going to be a rivalry that's going to continue. We bring back Coast Guard after many years of not playing them, and I know for the alumni especially to be able to bring back Coast Guard on the docket and have Norwich as well as an official conference member. I know that the alumni are really excited, especially about those two games.
And then we got a little taste of the engineering rival with MIT to kick off the last two seasons, two very competitive games. That'll be fun too.
Absolutely. MIT is they're a very good football program, obviously an elite institution, and I think that's going to be great for us to go from a non-conference game with MIT to have it be officially something that we're going to do every year. Two great teams with probably combined IQs higher than most of the games going on that weekend.
Let's transition a little bit here and talk about some X's and O's before we get to the players. Never easy when you have a change of coordinator, even harder when you have two coordinators, but you got yourself two good new coordinators. I talk about Sperone and Kelly.
Yep, so Matt Kelly, we promoted from within for the offensive coordinator position. Two reasons. Number one, because of Matt. He's the right guy for the job and had done a tremendous job helping our offense really achieve new heights over the past couple of years. And so we're excited to be able to keep a great young coach like Matt on board, and to be able, secondly, to have some level of continuity with the offense. Defensively, we were able to hire Scott Sperone, who has been in this business for almost as long as I have, and he's been around some great football places at Division I, Division II, Division III level. Brings a great amount of knowledge of the game, and we're also very close friends as well. So it's been pretty seamless transition here, even though we do have two new coordinators. I think on both sides of the ball, we couldn't ask for a better transition.
Let's stick with defense. You got a replacement All-America in Brian Murtaugh, who's actually on the staff, but a lot of returning starters on the defensive side. Talk about your first year without Brian in the middle. Who can we expect to see, and also who's stood out so far?
Absolutely. Graduating Brian, as we look at it, I think that the sum of all the parts, we could still be a better defense than we were last year. We have so many young guys across the board up front, second level and third level, who are coming back this year, who played a lot for us over the past few years. So I think that when we combine just the number of experienced players coming back, Sam Malfronte, a junior captain for us, has kind of taken over the lead role at the inside linebacker position. And it has been, again, it's been a pretty, seamless transition from, one thing last year to something else this year. Our defense will be different, but I think overall we should be better and I think extremely competitive on the defensive side.
Absolutely, we look forward to seeing that. You got two guys with double-digit sacks returning on the defensive line. A lot of athleticism in the defensive backfield. You must be pumped.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the defensive line is going to be a strength for us. The secondary, all four of those starters started at pieces last year for us as well. So we have a great amount of experience and guys that know, what we're trying to accomplish schematically and on the field in practice too. So it'll translate to the field.
Let's transition to offense. Blake Rice got two starts at the end of last season. Boy, did he impress. Last-minute comeback versus Rochester. Extremely strong game in a tough home loss to a national ranked St. Lawrence team. You had to be happy with his performance leading into his senior year.
Yep, so Blake, that was kind of, in some regards, I guess, an open tryout for him to see if he could, perform when the bullets are flying on game day. And without a doubt, going into the off season, it'd be one thing to, for him to not have started a game or gotten a lot of reps in games, throughout his junior year, but for him to get a couple of starts under his belt and to be able to prove that he can be successful at the position and be a good leader, it allowed us to kind of catapult into a really good spring, a strong spring, for us to have the confidence in Blake, not only as a leader, but on the field as a performer as well. So we're very excited about Blake. He's done a great job leading the team, and he's gotten better throughout camp.
And then the running back position, what a talented sophomore class you have. They enjoyed accolades last year, but they deserve it. You must be excited to have that group back.
Yeah, that is a great 1-2 punch that, you know, we're blessed to be able to have those guys for the next 3 years. Sean McGowan, Connor Field. I don't know if there's a better 1-2 punch in this region, and they're just so fluid, so athletic, so explosive, and just really, really good, mature football players, especially, you know, combined, you know, between the two of them, they probably combined for close to 1,500 yards of offense last year. And, you know, so they logged a lot of time last year, but two just tremendous guys that can both be game breakers in their own way.
And then plenty of talent in the offensive line and the wide receiving group as well.
Yep, up front in the trenches, you know, we graduated a couple of guys, but I think that, again, we do have some young guys who saw some time on the field. You know, we'll be big up front. We're going to average 270, 275 up front. So Blake, you know, he'll have some good protection in the pocket, and I think that the offensive line and our tight ends and our H-backs are going to really do a great job of opening up holes for our tailbacks in the run game too. On the perimeter, again, graduate guys. You've got some younger guys. There are some people that have emerged throughout camp that we're really excited about, and you know, there's maybe a little bit more of the unknown at some of those positions on the offense, but it certainly isn't for a lack of talent and a lack of potential. It's just a matter of, you know, taking a look and seeing which guys at those positions are going to separate themselves from others.
And obviously the non-conference schedule takes a different look with two of our previous non-conference opponents shifting into the new MAC. Definitely a new look. In the middle you have an old rival for the old Transit Trophy. We have RPI, and before and after 2 local games. Just talk about with Anna Marie and Becker. Talk about the non-conference league.
Yeah, so, you know, I think it's great that we're in an area here where there's so many Division III football programs. And when you think about playing Anna Marie or you think about playing Becker, you don't necessarily think about, you know, this is a great Central Mass rivalry, but you do think about a great community feel to it. And I think that you'll get people from the community that want to come and watch these games between 2 Central Mass colleges. You know, RPI, the interesting thing is we're going to play them earlier than we ever had before. So, you know, the battle for the Transit Trophy, it's usually a mid-year thing. So for us, it's week 2 this year, and you know, so we gotta be on our A game. There's no doubt. RPI is always a great football team, always well prepared. So we're going to see exactly what we're made out of pretty early this year.
Well, if you're a fan of Chris Robertson, the football team, you get to see him 6 times this year at home. All 3 non-conference games will be here at Alumni Stadium, beginning on Friday, September 1st, 7:30 p.m. Dan Mulrooney, former coordinator, returns with his Anna Maria Amcats. You'll see that RPI in that Transit Trophy game. Part of homecoming weekend, the following Saturday, that is September 9th at 1 p.m. And then a rare but always fun Saturday evening kickoff, 6 p.m. The Becker Hawks in town on September 16th. So we will talk to you right around the Anna Maria game. Coach, best luck, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much, Rusty.